Alright guys, today we're going to put together an inception build from a customer on MCB and custom caulkers also. So as you can see, we are completely apart, so just going to dive into it. I grouped together parts that I think go together and put them together and see what happens. We'll see if we can get it shooting today. So I guess first I'm going to take this off and make sure that the O-ring is properly lubed and everything, just to make sure that everything is how it should be. And of course, the wrench I need is not there. A great start. Alright, here we go. Okay, so the O-ring is in there. So I'm just going to put some super lube on here, just so that the O-ring doesn't dry out. Just kind of rub it in there. And you see this screw is already starting to rust. So we don't want none of that. Okay, here we go. That might be a bit long. No, that's the right size. Okay, that's got some lube on it. I guess I'll put together the reg next. Okay, looks like this. And I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll put some purple Loctite on there just to keep things from accidentally twisting. I'm just going to put just a little touch of lube on this here and on this adjustment surface. It's more to keep corrosion from happening rather than any kind of lubrication. Okay. Put a little bit of lube here. Here's the piston. Just gonna take the O-ring off real quick. Clean out the old gunk. So a little bit more super lube. Just a little bit of lube on that. Alright. Now I'll just say for the record, I've actually never put an entire caulker like this together, not with all CCM parts and everything, so I'll be kind of learning as I go, but I'm a pretty quick study, we'll figure it out. So, okay, it looks like an O-ring goes here to seal against this surface in here, so I'm going to pull out the old O-ring kit. Move this out of the way for now. 18 O-ring. And again, just a little touch of lube on there just to keep things from sticking. I'm also putting a little bit on the threads. I noticed that after re-anodizing specifically, sometimes threads can get a little bit dry and have a tendency to gall together. So after a marker gets re-anodized, I like to keep a little bit of lube on the threads so that they don't gall together next time you try to take them apart. Okay, I feel like, alright, this is the inside. Okay, so a little bit of lube on that, and again a little bit of lube on here. Just on the thread, keep the threads happy. Goes down there like so. Can we get lucky and no socket? Okay, so that's just finger tight in there right now, so make sure that gets okay, so this is a 7/16 wrench, just to reach in here and get that a little tightened. It doesn't have to be real tight, just enough, just snug. The O-ring does the sealing off the threads. So, okay, so this threads are lubed, this is lubed, put that together. Okay, so then we need a 15 O-ring for the top part. Put a little bit of lube on that in preparation, a little bit on the threads. Okay, regulator's done. Alright, let's move on to the grip frame. Let's do this. So this is CCM 86-degree frame. So we'll just start putting her together. Now here's one set screw that always seems to be elusive, is the set screw that adjusts the pre-travel on here, and it's a little bit difficult to put in. Just gotta find the right. So you actually have to go up through the bottom, put this on there. I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on this so that it doesn't move around. Now this is just low strength Loctite 222 MS. Just a little dab will do ya. Now when you put this in here, you have to unscrew it to screw it in, which is kind of tricky. Usually you can push on the threads to get them started, but this you can't because you have to pull on it. So might have to grab something like a pencil. That ain't going to be wide enough. Alright, we'll use the back side of this. There we go. And all you gotta do is catch that first thread and you're golden, but catching that first thread can be a pain. So I'm just gonna adjust this all the way down for now. I can adjust it back up later. Okay, so now I got a choice of triggers to put in. So I think I'm going to go with the black roller trigger. I don't know. Let's go with clear. It'll match. I think it'll match up a little bit better. Yeah, of course, you know, everybody knows it's easy enough to change. Just gotta change it later. But I'm going to take just a little bit of grease, put it on this moving section of the pin, just a little bit. Drop that in. Drop the pin in, pin. I'll put the sear in. So the sear is going to go, first we're going to put the spring in, sear return spring, and then the sear. Again, we'll just put just a little touch of grease. Again, this grease isn't really for, well, the application of this grease isn't really to lubricate. It's plenty smooth and everything as it is. It'll move just fine. It's more to keep things from rusting, because any kind of steel will eventually rust. So I need to push this down and in here just a little bit, like that. Lock that in there. We'll put together the auto trigger arm here. So our trigger arm goes in like so. This goes in here like this. Again, we'll use a little bit of purple Loctite on the threads. I think from the factory at CCM that they use red Loctite on this. I don't see the need for it. That feels like it's going in. Okay, I'm not sure that I'm going to accept this. For this level of build, the surface finish on this screw is kind of poor. So for right now I'm going to leave it like that so it holds its place, but I might take this off and polish it. Okay, so put the auto trigger in, and again, just to reduce a little bit of wear, just a touch of grease. Now when I put a touch of grease on here. I mean, you can barely even see it, but it's there, and it just keeps things from rusting. And in this case, the auto trigger keeps it from wearing on there just prematurely. Okay, everything feels good on there, so it's going to take a little bit of masking tape and just put over these screws. I put over those pins just so they don't walk away while we're putting the rest of this gun together. Alright, now I was going to go put the body together, and I just realized that there's no valve. There's no valve and no hammer. So, I'm going to go and get... Oh, no, wait, I got some. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to install one of my internal caulking kit systems. And so first things first is you have to put this plug and tap that into the back of the back block here. So to do that, I'm going to go get a piece of plastic and a small hammer, and we'll just kind of tap that in. And I'm going to put some blue Loctite on that just in case. Actually, better yet, I'm going to go ahead and do this the righter way, and bring this over to the press and press it in. You'll have to excuse the poor lighting and everything. This is a pretty tight little area over here. So there we go. Good and pressed in. Simple as that. Now I go back to the other bench. So I'm going to pull that out. There we go. We need a set screw. So we're going to need a number 12 O-ring. So pull that out here. So, just like a regular autococker valve, get the 12 O-ring on there. Put a little bit of lube on things. Oh, I guess we're going to need a retaining nut too, huh? Okay. Well, now that I had to go and take one from another thing, I'm sure I will find my giant box of these things when Okay, back again. Yeah, these valves are so new. Some of them haven't even gone through the deburring process yet, and this just so happens to be one of them. But deburred now and ready to go. Okay, let's try this again. Actually, let's try this again this way. So yeah, everything feels better now. So I just snug that up. Just a little bit so that it doesn't push the valve out of position, thus making the retaining not more difficult. So snug that up. Snug that up some more. Make sure it's nice and flush on the bottom. Feels good. Now, okay, so now we're going to put in the internal caulking system. So this is it basically. There's just these parts here go on there next. So yeah, we're ready to put this on. So put this in. Actually, let's do this. Let's do it this way. Let's still getting the procedure for this thing down. This is only the second one I've ever installed. Just saying, nothing against it. Nothing. It's new. It's brand new. Alright, I know I have a can of blue open. Okay, this one's open. It's getting shook up. Just touch on the threads. This goes through the back block and then through the IVG and gets connected onto the caulking rod. What's surprise? Can't win for losing today. Okay, back again. So the problem this time was the CCM IVG was like a couple of thousandths of an inch too small to really slide smoothly. So I took it over to the lathe, just drilled that hole out just a little bit bigger, so it slides easily now. Anyhow, back to the install here. So put that in there, tighten that down. So there we go, internal caulking kit. So let's go ahead and put it in the gun. And let's see. Now this would probably be way more ideal if I had a L Allen key. There we go. We got lucky. I don't usually have these laying around. But start out at flush and just reach in here with this little tool, spin the hammer around. Okay, hammer's installed. Okay, so now will probably be a good time to install the caulking arm. Even though we got some other things to do first, but once I put this caulking arm, now I don't. I can spin that. Okay, put the caulking on later. Which now means we don't need this, we don't need this. Let's put the trigger frame on, start to get looking at what this thing's going to look like. And I think I'm going to call it a day. Thing's just fighting me, it's not my day. So we're going to go shorter one to the front, longer one to the back. And we'll pull off the tape. Back needs to go in a little bit more. Now, yeah, come on off of there. Grip frame screw, got an O-ring on it somehow. So put this panel on. Great. Okay, so here's another issue, is these are the grip frame screws that came in the box, but as you can see they're flatheads, and due to the way this is a countersink in the grip panel, so if I tried to screw this flathead screw into this grip panel, I will crack it. So I need to get new screws. Figure out what size these are, get new screws. They look like 632. So get out the pack of 632 screws and try these out. Aha, they'll work. Now, these ones here look like they're probably going to be too long. These ones here, on the other hand, ought to be just right. Oh, maybe a little bit smaller driver. Not that small. Don't tell me I'm missing the one I need. Nope. So grab the bolt. Throw the bolt in here. This thing's spinning. Looks like the bolt pin is having a hard time going through, so a little bit of lube on that. There we go. So that's a good sign. So the internal caulking kit is working. Of course, everything will all need timed out and all that good stuff, but I think that's a good place to, well, I guess we get a little bit better idea of what it's going to look like. I'll just kind of put things together kind of loose, and again, wheel barrel. Put some grease on the threads. These things here get locked up all the time because of re-anodizing or threads being dry and stuff getting galled up on them. So I like to keep these pretty lubed up. Same thing goes for the ID threads. Better to be safe than sorry. And if you keep your stuff clean, it's not like it's going to attract dirt while it's still together. And throw an insert in there just for now, maybe I should mention this. I usually put an O-ring on my barrels, and this little tiny O-ring. It's the same O-ring that Spider uses on their barrels, and it works very well to get a little bit of pressure on your barrel so it doesn't unscrew. So the size of these are 1x20 metric O-rings, and they fit really, really well. And just slide on your barrel right there, right past the threads, and it should help your barrel from getting loose. So let's put this on here. And hi.
Did you eat supper?
No, didn't eat supper yet.
Alright, well there's meatloaf up there, and there's some rice, and some veggies on. They are then.